I'm very lucky that they dragged me back, but I'm also really lucky that somebody else was asking me on the side of the stage the other day, how do you still do it? Because there's so much energy that's required, and the answer is cringe, but as our daughters would say, cringe, but really simple, which is I just really enjoy it. What a joy to be in a show that's as loved as this. Well, as I'm talking to you now, I'm in my dressing room in Belfast, and we get full houses in Belfast in this beautiful theatre for 2 weeks, and I just get to make people laugh, and then I get to make people cry, and you go, well, what better job is there than that, really?
It's never stopped being popular. I think the writing in it is just got so much depth. It's like 1 minute, like you say, you're laughing, the next minute you are breaking your heart. And the amount of times that I've seen it is countless, Sean. And I still cry at the end, buckets. And I know what's coming. It's just one of those musicals. So I can imagine it does. But in terms of developing the character, you actively trying to make it fresh for yourself, or I suppose, is it the different casts that you work with that help that?
There is a lot of factors that help. So a new cast always helps, because any actor should be listening to the other performers they're on stage with. So if they're um, attacking a scene with a different energy than a previous actor, then you go along with that. You're bouncing off each other all the time. One of the beauties of touring is the audience are very excited to come to see the show. So because they're so excited, we end up um, feeding off that excitement, if you will. And it's yeah, we're just. I think there's that, and also the older I've got, there's different facets of the character that I've kind of picked up on that maybe I hadn't. And I'm always discovering new things, which is that's one of the beauties of doing a part. As long as you have, you're constantly exploring it, I've never felt that. There we go. That's it. It's locked in now, and my performance won't change now because that's how it is. It'll always adapt and change.
That's testament to you. It really is, and the performance that you give. Talking of the performance though, has anything got like not wrong, but just been so funny on stage?
We did the final bow, and we currently in the production we do this nice little moment where it's Mrs. Johnston and the two boys, and we just thank the audience and then walk off together. I misjudged it and I walked straight into a wall with my head. Um,
Ow! Ow!
and unfortunately for me, it was being filmed. It
Oh,
was a
oh,
So if anybody wants to see it, check out Blood Brothers Theatre Royal Windsor Bows ending. You use as many search words as you want, but you will see me. I had a massive egg on my head for a couple of days,
oh,
but
bless you.
my ego that was hurt most, really.
You know what? If You've Been Framed was still around, you'd have probably got some money for that, Sean.
I think they put a little clunk on the noise as well as I did it. I'm not unless I really hit it that hard. I don't know.
Oh, bless you. Well, it looks all right now. You mentioned Mrs. Johnson then. I'm probably going to ask you a question that you won't be able to answer because they're like all your favourite mums, but you have played with the best, a plethora of amazing Mrs. Johnsons. Do you have a favourite?
I give the same, and it's not even being diplomatic. But going back to what I was saying about being able to refresh the show and stuff, each one of my mums has kind of brought a different energy and brought a different side of my inner child out and everything. If I had to pick somebody that I think I bonded with on a really deep level, I think it would be Linda Nolan, who we sadly lost recently. She was a formidable lady, and for somebody who didn't have any children of her own, was one of the most maternal people that I'd ever met. And she was also she was like my showbiz mum. And if I was out of line, she would let me know. With a love that only a mum could give you. Do you know what I mean? Ah, you bloody idiot! But I still love you. So yeah, I think that's probably been the biggest relationship that I've had with the Mrs. Johnsons. But again, been just absolutely blessed with them. All of the Nolans
Mhm,
are
mhm.
wonderful as well, and I go up and see them a lot. Working with Mel C was like huge. I mean, it was you'd sometimes find yourself on stage going, "You're a Spice Girl," you know.
Talking of roles though, if you could swap for a night any other role, who would you swap with? Because I always think, do you know what? You must know every single role and line in that show.
Do you know what? I probably do, but I reckon I'd freak myself out into not knowing it. But I think the one that I'd probably like to have a blast at the most would be narrator. Really, I don't think I could sing it because it requires a really lovely voice. We got Chris Harding doing it at the moment, sensational voice. I can't do that, so I'd have to act my socks off so the audience forget that I can't sing. But I think the poetry that Willy Russell has written into the narrator's lines, um, it's just lines like, "If only the three of them could stay like that forever. If only we could predict no changes in the weather. And only if we could live in life as well as dreams. And only if we could be forever just 18." And you just thought, "What?
Oh,
Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful?" So I'd love to get an opportunity to say that on stage.
see, you've picked that beautiful lyrical line. I would like to say, "Shoes upon the table."
Well, it's weird, because I remember it vividly as an audience member. It's ingrained in my head. I saw it a good 8 to 9 years before I was even in the show. And so we're talking 1992, 1993 maybe, but I think about 1992 was when I first saw it. How many years is that? 34, 35 years?
Yeah.
And I still have vivid memories of Carl Wayne was playing narrator. I remember how he delivered some of the lines. I remember spookiness of him in the suit. And like a lot of GCSE students they always come up to me going, "Who is the narrator? Who is he? Who is he? Who is he?" I don't know. But whatever your answer is will be right because we've all got a different answer to that. And as long as you can back it up with your theories, you'll get a good mark on your GCSE.
Well, that totally brings a new dimension to it, doesn't it? Because you've got all those students coming in. And when I've seen it as well a few times recently, you, when the shots go off, you hear a bit of a giggle, don't you? Because I think the younger ones just do not know how to react. And that must be hard. Or you're desensitized to that now.
I think some actors can get thrown and misunderstand an audience and see it as being rude, uh, but it's not. It's like audience reactions, especially when it's as a group. You kind of go, "Well, that's authentic." I mean, and speaking of like school audiences, there's such a brilliant challenge to an actor. We're blessed doing this show where um, so many it's so many people's first time in a theatre. It might be their only time. From some backgrounds, a theatre trip. It's not something that they'll do, and they'll come, and you just know that you've got to get them on side, and that's such a great challenge as an actor to kind of go, right, I'm going to get you, and every scene you're kind of like in, almost moment to moment you are in trying to sort of like you're acting with somebody on stage, but you're also making sure that this performance is resonating with this 13 or 14-year-old boy that would rather be anywhere than in the theatre today.
Mhm, mhm,
And
mhm.
my favourite bit in the show is when I turn around to Mrs. Johnson and go, "Mum, Linda's pregnant." You hear
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
whole audience full of school kids go, and you go, "We've got you. We have got you." And then when I slap Eddie as well, you hear them going,
Yeah.
and I love it. I mean, it's wonderful when we got, when we have the smell of cologne and gin and tonic coming from those middle-aged people in the audience as well. But there's just something so exciting about knowing that we are, you know, a lot of them will come in wishing they were anywhere else and then come out crying, going, "Miss, that was brilliant. Oh, Miss, oh, there's Mickey, oh, you made it." And it's, we're so lucky.
I'm going to leave you with one last question. 26 years in this role, if you could sum up your time in Blood Brothers over those 26 years, what would 3 words be that sum up that time?
Man and boy.
I love that.
That's if anybody wants to write my biography, I think that's what it should be called.